This is a super good question. I'm glad you asked it because I want to talk about this. This user says, who cares if bash scripts are, quote, good code? They only need to work as intended. Now, here's the thing. This is in reply to a video where I was talking about like AI-generated bash scripts and how I find a lot of them to not be good code. But I want to talk about your comment because I think it's really, really important to talk about this because a lot of people separate these two things, and I think they're actually more linked than people realize. Who cares if bash scripts are, quote, good code? They only need to work as intended. If it works as intended, it's probably good code. So many exceptions to what I just said there. But that's the main philosophy I take here. I want to make this very clear. I don't have this nebulous concept of what good code is, where the classic example that I jump to, I'm going to throw some shade here, but when you look at like people who write object-oriented programming and they have like these 500 line classes to just print hello world to the screen, and it's like, this is perfectly OOP. We do encapsulation, we do all this, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, dude, that sucks. That's unmaintainable. I don't want to look at that. That's stupid. Like writing hello world to just be like a couple lines max. Maybe you have to define a main method. That's it. But like, that's kind of my idea there. The reason I bring this up is because I'm just going to reiterate. I don't have a nebulous idea of here's what good code is and here's code that works. And there's like a weird Venn diagram between them. No. If code doesn't work, it's not good. Simple as that. If code works, it could be good, but there's like a spectrum of if it's good or not. And when I say that spectrum, what I mean is, does it do proper error checking? Because you say bash scripts only need to work as intended. I agree. Scripts should do, programs should do what they intend to do. And if they can't, they should fail loudly and early. They should exit loudly and early. So when I look at bash scripts, a lot of them don't have proper error checking. So they don't work as intended. They intend to do something, they don't do it, and then they print the word success at you. That's wrong. That's bad code. That is bad. It doesn't work. The program itself is bad. So I think people separate this idea of good code and good program. Code being the actual line by line, what you look at, and program being the macro level, does this thing accomplish what I want it to do? I think that's a useful distinction, but ultimately they're the same thing. A program is just the sum of its code. There can be like emergent behaviors and stuff. Some of that stuff can be relying on the operating system, blah, 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 blah. The point is good code does proper error checking and works exactly as intended. So it's a long-winded way of saying I agree with your comment here, but you can have something that kind of works as intended and kind of doesn't, and that's what I'm upset about. No, proper error checking, make sure things do exactly what you want them to do, and you're probably going to have good code if you do that. They pretty much go one-to-one with some few exceptions.